Name of the book is Never Trust a Liberal Over 3, especially a Republican. Ann Coulter is with us. She was on just a couple of days ago, and she was standing up for the gallant Mitch McConnell and said, well, what? I mean, besides conspiracies, what do you have? Well, I have just another conspiracy. And a $2 billion dam that a liberal senator from California, and you know how much they love dams in California and making sure they dam up the environment. So she's the one that put in the bill that he wrote, and that's what we get out of this? Really? You still in love with Mitch McConnell?
Oh, I knew you were going to fall for this all-new conspiracy theory.
Don't do it, Ann.
He did
not do it.
On.
Number one, he did not write the bill. Number two, if this dam bursts, you have basically another Katrina. This has been
if the
on
dam
the budget
bursts.
bill.
Okay. All right.
This is not Mitch McConnell, and moreover, I would say to you, Mr. Beck.
Are you seriously making the case?
No, wait. Before you go on to something else,
no, it's
you're
related.
seriously making the case that
It
this
wasn't
was
Mitch
not
McConnell?
this was not
He's never
political.
like that. He's
What?
not. He's not Bob Torricelli. He's never like that. He was
my
actually
gosh.
not on the. Look, Lamar Alexander just came out and said this has been on the budget for a long time.
Oh, and Dianne Feinstein, don't forget her role in this. She was so magnanimous
These guys
from
do not want to
California.
be held after
She knew
Katrina.
that Kentucky must have this dam.
Because you know the senators,
She knew it.
you know the senators in
not that
in
they
California. They love to dam up
They
rivers.
love, especially
They
in
love it.
Kentucky, they love to dam
up
rivers.
Oh, you are
They
such
love
brats.
it.
This is not the building of a new dam like filling a hole. This is a dam that exists.
Yeah.
People downriver from it actually have radios because if that dam bursts and it's about
I
to
have a
burst,
radio,
the
too.
No, a police radio.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Because
okay.
if the dam bursts, the entire town will be flooded. No United States member of Congress.
Okay, so all right, so
is
then
going
great.
To want
Then
to be
so
responsible
Ann,
for the
so,
next Katrina, and they will be.
Then Ann, let me take it then on face value. My gosh, Mitch McConnell is so callous and such a bad man that these people have radios down at the end of this river, and he didn't give a flying crap enough to actually do anything about it. He didn't write it, as you say. He had nothing to do with it. My gosh.
It's in this latest deal. It's been in the budget for a long time. They didn't.
And it
pass
just
the budget.
happens to come up magically on this day.
I think we should reflect on whether it was a good idea or a bad idea for you conspiracy theorists to be pushing Christine O'Donnell in Delaware, Richard Mourdock in
Wait a
Indiana.
minute.
What
Wait
does
a
Christine
minute.
O'Donnell
Wait a
have to
minute.
do with
What
it?
does she have to do with it? And
What
you're
she has to do
really
with it is
Ann
we
Coulter.
can't do-
You're not coming on this program and calling me a conspiracy theorist, are you? Really?
Oh, no. Just people like you, but not you, Glenn. Look, what this whole episode shows, and I still maintain Republicans were fantastic. I think it's great what happened over the last 3 weeks. I think it branded Republicans as the anti-Obamacare party. We're not just letting the left consolidate their gains. The Democrats looked awful. Do not believe the polls of all adults. Those are irrelevant. This I think should be energizing Republicans, but how long do you want them to hit their heads against the wall? We can't get anything done unless we have a majority in the Senate. So stop blowing Senate races, Republicans. That's a big lesson from this. Both the consultants. Oh, and by the way, you'll be pleased to know I have a special piece on attacking the consultants going up on Breitbart.com later this week. It's a little tribute to you, the non-conspiracy theorist.
But and you said on the air the other day, and you can make a very legitimate point when you were talking about blue states and even some purple states if you get the wrong candidate. I'm totally fine with that. But you said on the air you've been waiting for years and years and years and years for people like Mike Lee to step up. Mike Lee doesn't have this job if we're not doing what we're talking about.
Mike Lee's from Utah.
Yeah, I know. Yes. This is what I'm saying. In red states, and that's why I think
we primaried.
A stronger job if we hadn't primaried Mike Castle in Delaware. If we hadn't primaried.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I agree with you on in Delaware. I'm not out here. Susan Collins is running in 2014 again. I'm not out here I'm advocating. Whatever. Maine is Maine. If we can get a Republican in Maine that will vote with us 1% of the time, I'm thrilled. But I mean, when we're talking about states like Texas, like Kentucky, like Utah, there is a legitimate thing we can do here. There's no reason to settle for Lindsey Graham, or I would argue Mitch McConnell in these states.
Well, I'm 100% with you on Lindsey Graham in South Carolina. I think you have a false impression of Kentucky. For the past 50 years, they have had almost exclusively Democratic governors. Kentucky is more like Ohio. That is absolutely a state we could lose.
I mean, Rand Paul won there fairly easily.
And as I pointed out on the show yesterday, how is his voting record different from Mitch McConnell's?
Well, we'd have to go by it. We'd have to go over it piece by
conspiracy.
piece, but I guarantee there's some glaring differences.
I can guarantee you that. I mean, if I'm a conspiracy theorist, then Ann Coulter, you're somebody who believes in unicorns and leprechauns.
No,
because you just think that somebody could be in that office, Mitch McConnell, with that much power for that long and be just straight shooter. When I'm sorry, Ann, you're out of your mind crazy if you think that Mitch McConnell had nothing to do with a $2 billion work project in his state. It was Dianne Feinstein. It had nothing to do with that. There was no deals. There's no backroom deals at all. This was just part of the plan.
But
It's
you
been
have
on the
to
bill for a long
separate
time.
out. Yes, he was part of the plan, putting it in the original budget. For this is every budget they write. This has been part of it, because otherwise we will be able to point to the people in the United States Congress who did not save an entire town in Kentucky from another Katrina. The dam it's a disaster zone right now. This is an important issue. Yes, of course, originally writing the budget last year and the year before, I'm sure Mitch McConnell and many other senators were very involved, as, by the way, was Vitter. You know, you guys probably know this. If you don't, you should get a tape of this. Long before Katrina, there was Senator Vitter on the Senate floor warning that the dams in New Orleans were about
Let me
to
tell you
break.
something,
And
I was called a conspiracy theorist a year before when I did an entire show on how the most dangerous city in America was New Orleans. 1 year, almost to the day before Katrina. Yeah. So I'm very well aware of all that.
Okay, so my point is this is not some little boondoggle project. This is actually crucial, and it wasn't put in as a sop to McConnell. What else are the Republicans going to do now? For 3 weeks, they have been giving this offer, backing down. Here's our second offer. Our third and final offer is, yes, we fund everything, but Congress has to live under Obamacare. The Democrats still won't accept that. I think that is a beautiful visual. I think it has shown the Democrats in their true colors. It should give hope to Republicans, but now it's our job to elect more of them so poor Mitch McConnell has the power to do what we want to do. He's only minority leader now.
Dear God, you had me up until that point. Ann Coulter, thank you very much. Good talking to you.